Hello everyone, welcome back to another video of Screen Chat.
Screen Chat.
I think I'm going to call it Screen Chat. These will come out once a week, so hit subscribe, hit like, hit share. And this is just about things that I've watched. Generally Netflix, but of course it will often be more than that as well. So, without further ado, this episode we're going to discuss Ellen. Ellen the felon. I'm only joking, she's not a felon, so don't come at me. That was a joke, just having a laugh. So, the Ellen stand-up, For Your Approval. I love it, I love it. Okay, so it was called For Your Approval, alright? Because she clearly doesn't have it. Because of everything that happened and, you know, and everything that unwrapped and unravelled, the diddying, basically, which is happening right now. It was a massive cancellation of Ellen. So this was basically, what was it, a final bid to get some approval back? Something like that. What it definitely was, and what I didn't see initially, is that this was her attempt at getting the last word in. So in a way, this is actually a kick in the teeth for the people who had claimed things against Ellen, people who had said things against her. This was a kick in the teeth for them. That's what this was. She actually even does mention in the stand-up something about getting the last word in or getting closure. So that is what this was. That being said, I found it funny. I liked it when she said, so I'm going to give you a list of things that I've been up to since you last saw me. And then she just pauses for like a minute because she's been doing nothing. I actually found that funny. I mean, again, we can't forget that she actually is an accomplished stand-up comedian. She actually did have a successful career prior to getting the Ellen Show. And so some of the success, if not lots of the success of the Ellen Show, will have been related to that comedic personality. Of course, a lot of things came out which was opposite to that comedic personality, and she argues in this stand-up that God forbid anybody is mean in this industry. God forbid anybody is, oh my God. She's almost saying, oh my God, you're not allowed to have a personality in this industry. You have to be very much a certain way, and that's all you can do. Which I find interesting because this is the modern celebrity. Celebrity has all changed, and it's changed a lot in the past 5 to 10 years. Celebrities are now held accountable for a lot more, or for a lot of the things that they do. Now, this wasn't the case, let's say 20, 30 years ago. This would have been unthinkable. At that age, celebrities could get away with whatever they want to get away with, and nobody would be the wiser. However, now, the media's everywhere, cameras are everywhere, everyone's got the ability to speak out and report what they've seen, and that has changed the landscape for celebrities quite a lot. I mean, just look at Kevin Hart, who was about to host the Oscars. Yeah, he was about to host the Oscars. But then, of course, something raised to the surface once again, which he had said he had already accounted for, dealt with. And he wasn't able to live out his dream of hosting the Oscars. Instead, it was done by a very famous man who I believe got slapped on the night. If that was the right Oscars. Was that the right one? No, it was a different one. That was a different one. But the same man presented it. He got slapped a year later. Now then, back to Ellen. It was funny. I'd watch it. I recommend you watch it. Have a watch. Maybe she will claw back a little bit of a career. I don't think she will. I don't think she's... Is she attempting to? Will she appear once every few years doing a comedy special? Maybe that will be her new income. Maybe, in fact, stand-ups are the one set of people who cannot be cancelled. I mean, they've tried to do it to Chappelle quite a lot, and Chappelle just keeps coming back. It's interesting. There was Danny Boyle, the comedian. I'm pretty sure that's his name. There's a director by that name too, but I'm talking about the Scottish comedian, Danny Boyle. And one thing he said was that, like, do you think I'm being serious up here? Do you think he's telling the truth? Do you think he's actually saying what he thinks? Do you think he's actually telling the truth, what he actually thinks? And then he goes, look, I'm in a place which says I'm here doing comedy, stand-up comedy. You've bought tickets. You're in the audience. I'm up here telling comedy. And then he goes, I'm joking, you... And then effing blah, blah, blah. Again, it was a brilliant joke. I'm just not doing it justice. Point being that stand-up, successful stand-ups are actually in a position to speak freely, speak quite safely. That may well be one of the only safe spaces to say things, actually, in the world. So that's something. But yeah, Ellen makes cases for a few things, like she goes to restaurants and everyone's looking at her in case she's going to do something crazy. Now, one thing that I will say about the Ellen situation is that I do think that you can be a good person who a bunch of people say bad things about. All right, so if a bunch of people are ganging up and saying bad things about one person, that person may not necessarily be a bad person. Just because a bunch of people are ganging up doesn't make that person bad. All right, there's no guarantee. Unfortunately, with Ellen's case, it wasn't one bunch of people from one location or part of her life. It was people from different parts of her life. Like, of course, there was the people at her workplace. Then there were, like, celebrities. There's that famous interview of that celebrity who says you were invited to a party, you didn't come. Then Ellen says that she did, and she tries to make the celebrity look bad. And then the celeb turns it back, and she's like, no, this was on you. And then there is the restaurant staff who were also like that. And then I believe there are stories as well of guests being mistreated by production staff. Like, you'd be sitting in a green room waiting to go on, and the production staff would be like basically evil towards you. And Ellen would be really cold until they meet on camera. So she reserves that energy for camera, which I can understand, but no need to be mean, if you know what I mean. There was James Corden as well, who things came out about, you know, like that he is also like kind of mean. You know, he's got a mean streak to him. I know that his show is like basically over now, isn't it? As far as I know. But yeah, it was almost like he followed the Ellen blueprint. And yeah, I don't know what the major issue was when it comes to Ellen scaring her staff and her guests. I suppose there are mean aspects to it. People perhaps in certain situations could have got injured from it. Was it a form of bullying? Maybe that's the case. But I think it all came down to Ellen in different situations being quite a mean type of person, and that's what came out. But the stand-up was actually funny, so I'd watch it. Not mad hilarious, but funny. Okay, she's good at delivery, and she's good at putting her stuff together. She's no Chappelle, but yeah, she's funny, so watch it. Outside of that, guys, that I will call that video there. Thanks for watching, and again, these are weekly, so keep an eye out for this type of video. I might try and make all the thumbnails the same for this. Let's call it Screen Chat. Yeah, let's get a name and let's nail it down. It's called Screen Chat, guys, and that's going to be on the thumbnails. So I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching, and take it easy. That'll do, innit? Yeah, you don't care anyway. Okay, it's not as if you care about any of this. You don't care, do you? You just care when the money comes in. That's the truth.